I want to visit with you for just a couple of moments about Memorial Day. Now, on this day, we always pause. We remember the sacrifice that's been made in an effort to hold back wickedness and maintain freedom from the tyrants of evil men. Well, that doesn't come without great sacrifice. You know it's true. Some of you more than others. Never has been. Liberty and freedom, that's only maintained and purchased through strength. And that's the kind of strength that sometimes costs a great deal. The cost of war, that's not just high. The cost of war is immeasurable. I mean, what kind of value do we place on the blood of our sons and our daughters? However, in this life, we've got to understand that the flood of evil is so prevailing that somebody's got to be willing to hold the line, even if it costs them everything. Edmund Burke, he made the statement, he said, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. And that's something we just simply can't afford. So what happens is we weep at the price of freedom, but it's a price that's got to be paid. Now, I know war is repugnant. I hate it. I really do. It wounds generations. It affects generations. It leaves empty chairs at tables. It carves names in the stones. It leaves unfolded flags, unfinished dreams. Families trying to learn how to live in this absence, this void that is created. Someone once said that after a soldier dies, there's still boots by the door for quite a while. They just can't take them. They can't move them. His coat may hang in the closet where he left it. His coffee cup may still be in the cabinet. And probably for some time, his truck still sits in the driveway. Because when a life is suddenly gone, the heart doesn't immediately know how to rearrange itself. We just have difficulty with that. Because, listen, these aren't just statistics. This is very personal. This is our family. This is our loved ones. Every name carved in stone was once a laugh in the room. It was a voice on the phone, a dream in somebody's future. And yet, as painful as war was, we have to understand that as long as the evil exists in the hearts of men, there's always going to be a need for somebody to stand guard over the boundaries of our home and of our family, of our freedom, and of our peace. Somebody, they must stand watch while the others sleep. Someone's got to be willing to walk into danger so others can live in peace. That's just the way it is. And men and women we honor today during this day, well, they didn't merely defend land or buildings or monuments. Listen, it's so much further than that. They defended a way of life. They defended the right to worship freely. They defended the right to raise their family in peace and to speak openly, to dream openly, and to pass values from one generation to the next. Guarding our home and guarding our family has always been a part of our life. We're going to do that instinctively. But we're not merely just protecting material things. We're protecting honor and values. We're protecting the principles that tell generations who we are and what we believe and what we believed was worth preserving. These are the memorial stones of a generation. You know, there's a story in the Bible when Israel crossed the Jordan River, God spoke to them and said, I want you to take one man from each tribe, take a stone out of that river and put it on his shoulders. In other words, every person had to bear the burden of that memorial stone. And he said, I want you to build, I want you to put them in a pile so that when future generations show up and they say, what do these stones mean? That you'll say, well, this was the time when this took place in our life. You understand that? These stones reminded them that somebody sacrificed, somebody believed, somebody stood firm, somebody trusted God enough to carry a nation forward. And in many ways, Memorial Day that's America standing before its own memorial stones. It's a nation pausing long enough to remember that the freedoms that we enjoy, they were paid for often by people who never knew the faces of those they were protecting. They died for generations they'd never meet, for children yet unborn, for futures they would never personally see. So today we honor them. Today we set our hearts to remember them. I ask you to do that with me. We must remember, because a nation dies when sacrifice is forgotten. Honor, that keeps memory alive. It does. Honor keeps memory alive. And gratitude keeps a people worthy of the sacrifice that was given to them. And so today we pause and we say, thank you. Thank you. God bless America.